This is the third time this month. Goddamn, they're really spoiling us. Hello everyone, this is VG Master 2 and, well, we are already back with more Pokémon. Again. Last time, I went over the Pokémon Presents, and then the Scarlet and Violet website info from it with the info from Worlds. Today, I'm going to be going over the stuff revealed based on the previous teaser they gave us. So, let's hop right in. A few months ago, one of the most prominent leakers implied that we were getting a new Pokémon, presumably and unfortunately for me, a Convergent Evolution Pokémon, that was purple but turned green. He also gave a list of potential Pokémon, though given what we know now, it seems they were all actually red herrings, and also implied that it may or may not be edible somehow. Fast forward to August 10th, mere days between two news days, and Cerebi, and apparently others, were given a box with the date of August 22nd. Upon opening the box, there was a tea set inside, which, naturally, brought people's minds immediately to Sinistea. Why give a literal last-gen Pokémon a lazy garbage lookalike? Who fucking knows? Despite quite a few people hoping it wasn't the case, however, on August 18th, a few days away from the news, Pokémon started using the aesthetic of what looks like deep green vomit, which is appropriate for anything from Gen 8 or this garbage gimmick, but I digress. What it is likely supposed to be is green tea, which means not Sinistea is almost definitely confirmed. Unless it literally is Sinistea, like an actual regional form, or a new evolution, which wouldn't be surprising given what they did to Duraludon and Applin. Regardless, when August 22nd arrived, we got our answer. This is Poltchageist, Japanese name Chadesu, a grass ghost type. The Matcha Pokémon, a Pokémon in fact related to Poltchageist. Stop trying to make Gen 9 Gen 8 too. Everyone hated Gen 8 for a reason, because it was shit. Stop trying to make it a thing again, in the literal next generation, which is literally geographically connected to Gen 6. Stop it. Get some help. And it is, in fact, supposed to be a convergent evolution. Okay. The difference between tea and green tea is that one is tea and the other is tea but green. Wow, that sure warranted a convergent evolution, especially considering it's also a ghost, so you can't even say it's what Poltchageist looked like when alive, which, in that case, would, or at least should, have made it a regional form, like Zoroark. But there's also no reason why this wouldn't still just be a regional form, or a branching evolution. I've warned people about terms becoming worthless, and about convergence replacing regional variants. And look where we are now. A motherfucker who is near identical to another, not to mention shares the same concept as well as a fucking type, where the only apparent difference is the lore that its weird swirl spot acts differently than the others, which should be the case for a regional form. A slight adaptation in an overall same species is a subspecies, the literal fucking opposite of convergent evolution. Actual evolution. This should be a regional form. This is a regional form. But fuck me, and fuck you, and fuck everything else in their series, apparently. His design is fine, I guess. As fine as it can be when it's a tea ghost in a slightly different container, but green. Don't know where he's pulling the stick from, but he's a ghost, so I'm willing to offer some leeway. It's at least amusing. Or would be if he wasn't completely worthless. I mean, props, I guess, in that it's a convergent that doesn't look entirely identical, and it's not from Kanto. Just every fucking thing else is bullshit. And don't tell me, oh, VG Master 2, convergence isn't an official term. Okay, that's true. But then also, what the fuck is it? It can't be mimicry because that implies that the other creature is there to be mimicked to give the one mimicking an advantage. None of these guys get any advantage. And the tentacle line isn't even there. And if it's just coincidence, then that's just bullshit. Natural coincidences do happen, but not to the point of being over 90% identical. So whatever term they come up with is just gonna be bullshit. And convergent works the best. It still doesn't work, but it gets closer to working than the other terms. So fuck off. Maybe you can offer a little leeway to ghosts, although even still, if ghosts have near-identical properties, you'd probably still say it was just a variant. Paldean Sinisty, that's what I'm calling him because that's what he is, fuck it, has a new ability called Hospitality. Effectively, upon sending him out in double battles, when there's already a damaged ally on the field, he will slightly heal his ally. Whatever. Given how the other convergents were of their full lines, I don't doubt this one will evolve. And it's even possible they'll continue the garbage, antique, phony form bullshit, if the main leaker who teased this bitch is to be trusted, and hinting at that. Which even some screenshots of the Pokémon seem to indicate, as you can notice a difference in his spots. So that's wonderful. 2 more worthless Pokémon with 2 worthless forms each. Fucking par for the course at this point. Clearly, they've diluted shit to the point where nothing means anything anymore. But that's really it. It was only T-Bitch as expected. Although it was also revealed that, on top of this, they're apparently saying that Pokémon Home is going to update on the same day as the DLC drops. Yeah, sure. As if you won't find some dog shit excuse to delay it up the ass. I mean, if you could do that this time, why couldn't you every other time? So I'll believe it when I see it. Although it might not be for the DLC's Pokémon? The wording is confusing. Whatever, their funeral. But there's nothing else. However, since this was officially teased 2 days after we already got news, and 3 days before we got more news, and Teal Mask is coming out in a few weeks, plus we still don't really know much, it's possible that we might actually be starting to get a steady, reliable stream of news. I mean, the 8th, then the 13th, then the 22nd, that's technically weekly. And if the 13th was just an outlier due to Worlds, then still bi-weekly. 2 weeks from the 22nd is the week before Teal Mask actually comes out. And they likely won't reveal the release date for Indigo Disc until after it comes out. But since Indigo Disc would only have 3, presumably actually 2, because I cannot foresee them missing the chance to release it before Cyber Monday, months left to come out in, they would probably also keep the news rolling for that. So that might be interesting. Potential bi-weekly news drops from now until Indigo Disc comes out. So, week of September 3rd, then 17th, then October 1st, 15th, 29th, then November 5th. And then, if we're actually going all the way to the end of the year, worst case scenario, then week of November 19th, then December 3rd and 17th. Or this might just be a massive coincidence, and this is the last thing we hear before the DLC comes out in September, and then they say absolutely nothing about Indigo Disc until October. But this seems to be a step up from last gen's DLC, in terms of size and keeping content secret. We really only know a few OCs from both parts, maybe 3/4 of the new Pokemon from Teal Mask, and only 4 new ones in Indigo Disc, with the effective promise of at least 2 more in the form of the Paradoxes Florente and Terrakion, the implication of this bitch evolving, and the possibility of even Diplin evolving. And we hardly know the story. We kinda got a few hints for Teal Mask, but we still know nothing about Indigo Disc. And we do know there are a few through lines like with the 2 siblings and Briar. So maybe? Should I be hopeful? Probably not. But we can only wait and see. So with that, I'm VGMaster2, and I hope to see you next time.